I've heard this now that more people have walked on the moon than have hosted the Tonight Show, and for me, in my case, I've done both, and it's kind of a magical thing. So that's really a corner by myself. But it's just it's the most amazing thing. This is history, and I'm honored, and it's a privilege for me to get this job and get this opportunity to do host this show for all these people. Probably growing up, Johnny Carson he was the guy. I mean, I never thought I would get this job. A lot of people say, "Is it your dream job?" And I was like, "It's impossible for me to dream this because I never thought he would retire." When you're a kid, you don't even know what the word retirement means. So I would just watch Johnny Carson and just watch his monologue and just laugh at him and just go, "Oh yeah, he's one in a million." You know, this is just. I mean, for me, my dream job, I think, was to work at IBM because that's where my dad worked. And I thought, like, oh yeah, if things go well, I'll work at IBM and I'll fix computers like my dad. I've been talking a lot to Jay Leno, getting as much advice as I possibly can from that guy because obviously he knows what he's doing. He's been #1 for 20-something years. But he's great. He gives me great advice. He told me to make my monologue longer. Right, I think at the time we were doing our monologue, it was around 3-4 minutes. His is like 10 minutes. So like imagine telling your writers, we have to do the monologue ×3. They were like, what? So we were like freaking out. But Jay said basically, it's like some people, they miss the news. They work 2 jobs sometimes, or they just don't get around to seeing the news. And weirdly enough, they come to you to get the news. So, which is crazy to me, but I remember me getting my news from Johnny Carson and Saturday Night Live. And so I go, oh yeah, I get it. I guess people do that. I remember there was like rumors, like in the papers and stuff, before anything real happened. My mother was calling me, going, "Is it true? Oh my God!" And like crying and all this stuff. I go, it's not true. Nothing's real yet, Mom. Until NBC and Jay Leno called me and said, "We would like you to be the next host of the Tonight Show." Then it's just surreal. Then it's just honestly, I remember we were releasing a press release, and I knew the news was coming out, and my family knew, but that's it. And they released it, like, I think we were releasing it at like 12 o'clock, noon or something. So it was like, I was in a meeting at the show, and we had like, maybe, I was watching the clock, and it's 11:59, and then I'm just counting it down. I'm like, all right, people are gonna know very soon. All right, this announcement is gonna come. And like, all of a sudden, everyone's phone started buzzing. Like, no one said it, but I knew what the news was, but everyone in the meetings, like, bzz, 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 the phone started ringing. People were like, we have people on the phone for you. But I was like, it just got mayhem. And people were like, dude, you're getting this Tonight Show? I'm like, yeah, we didn't want to make a big deal. Like, oh my God. And like, everyone's running around the hall and screaming and crying and laughing. And it's just so exciting. It's like, because all these guys are coming with us. I mean, we're doing what should be done, which is we're bringing the Tonight Show back to New York.